told me he's almost there. So as he was walking, he just complained the man still following him. And then he told me he gonna run from the back. I told him, you better run. And he had told me he almost by his daddy fiance house. And then I was calling Trayvon. And then I started hearing a little bit of Trayvon saying, get off, get off.
She's the state's most important witness. Did she tell the truth to the jury? That's our bold question for our jury tonight. By the end of the program, they'll render a verdict. Did Trayvon's friend lie to the jury? Welcome to the HLNTV.com evidence room. And we've listened to her talk and testify at trial. But what I want to do with these statements so they make some sense and we can compare them is break them down and look at them next to each other. And let's begin with the statement that she said Trayvon Martin made that she heard over the phone telling Zimmerman to get off of him after that confrontation began. Let's begin here. She wrote a letter to Trayvon's mom, to Sabrina Fulton, and in it she said, then I heard him fall, then the phone hung up, I called back and text, no response. No reference at all to that statement about get off by Trayvon Martin. Then, on April 2nd, 2012, with an interview by the prosecutor, she said, I could just hear it's like the headphone, cause the headphones, he might got off, but I can still hear a little bit like a little get off some stuff. So there's a mention of get off on the 2nd. Then, on direct examination, she testified, and then I kept calling Trayvon, and I started hearing a little bit of Trayvon saying, get off, get off. So here's the question, is that consistent? The fact that she doesn't tell Sabrina in the letter and says it this way on the 2nd and says it this way at trial. Then the sound of grass. Let me take you back to that moment in court where she is asked to describe what grass sounds like.
The headset.
I'm sorry?
The headset. All you can hear is somebody rolling on the headset. Because Trayvon had his headset. So.
Are you saying now that you heard somebody rolling on the headset?
Yeah, on top of the Trayvon. It had to be on top of the Trayvon. That's where his headset be at.
All right, so there's the rolling of the headset here in an interview by the prosecutor. Yeah, and I hear something like bump. Not a rolling, but a bump. You could hear that somebody bumped Trayvon because I could hear the grass. Then on direct, I started hearing grass sound, wet grass sound, the injection of the word wet on the 26th. Then on cross-examination, again, she describes it simply as wet after a long 15-second moment of silence when asked, how would you describe the sound of the wet grass?